for people who are doing coaching, okay? Now I have one person in Europe, she really wants to do coaching with me, so he likes my email for me. See, basically, you deal with setting goals, directions, aspiration, intentions. So when we work with clients, in goal setting, the main issue is not whether the goal is realistic, achievable. The main issue also not whether the goal make you more successful or happy. I think there has to be, if possible, the goal has to be meaningful. Right? From a meaning therapy perspective, no point to make $1 million or $1 billion. You cannot spend it in your lifetime, right? So try to ask the person, is this a meaningful goal? Okay. Now, what do you mean by meaningful goal? Go back to pure, right? Okay. Is it consistent with your life purpose? Okay. Do you understand what you're doing? Is it consistent with your values? Right? How do you affect your family? Right? Family. So we will have much more existential analysis of goal rather than whether the goal is achievable. This is very different, right? Secondly, we say, now what do I want to get from the situation? What should I do? So that second question is related to deeper analysis of goal. And third point, also depending on the ultimate concern. What is the ultimate object of your life? So whenever we have a goal setting, you have to number 2, number 3. Okay. The last one is beware of the dark side of happiness and success. We mentioned earlier in the beginning, right? That's the dark side. If you are dead set on pursuing happiness and success, you're already right. When you pursue success, you might not succeed, right? You might feel like a failure. If you succeed, you never be satisfied. You want to achieve more. So the success happiness dimension is not as good as the meaning dimension in terms of mental health. Okay? You help people to healthier life. Look all the horrible start and suicide, drug, and bad life. You know why? Because you don't understand the meaning dimension. As a concept, it's your job to help them look. You want to be healthy, discover where you stand in the meaning dimension. Okay. Now, I mentioned briefly, there's a concept important in meaning therapy. I'll mention it too. That means you have to accept who you are. Now, I have done one mirror test. Okay, do you know mirror test? Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who is the prettiest of them all? Is that me? Who is the smartest of them all? Is that me? No. Now you look in the mirror and look in your heart and who is that person? Can I stand this person? Can I see myself after removing the mask? There's a new movement among women, no makeup. Sometimes women look horrible with makeup. But they realize that, right? They're afraid of facing the world without makeup. And we wear all kind of masks. Carl Jung said, for so many layers of mask. We even know who we are anymore. The one basic problem we wear mask because we are afraid to see the true self, and we're not willing to accept our true self. Now people talk about, oh, being authentic. Now you are the excellent authenticity, right? Yeah. Be authentic. But acceptance, self-acceptance, is a key to authenticity, right? Until that, here I am with all my limitations and ugliness and weakness, but that's the only me I have. I have to learn to get along with me. I have to feel comfortable under my own skin. I have to learn to live with myself. If I cannot relate to myself, I cannot relate to other people. That's why all the problem occurs. Because people can't relate to themselves. So all the anger, frustration got projected on other people. So if I feel at peace with myself, if I accept myself the way I am, then you learn to accept others the way they are. Right? It's a very simple truth, but difficult to achieve. Some people say, oh, if I move to Hawaii, I'll be able to solve my problem, I'll feel better. I tell them, moving anywhere will not solve a problem. You know why? Because you cannot escape from yourself. You probably always follow you wherever you go. You go to the best, most ideal place. You can imagine. Your problem is still further there. You cannot get away from your own shadow. So understanding of him, knowing who you are, I know that to live a meaningful life, you have to be you. You are unique. There's no other person look like you. Right? The way you sit, the way you smile. There's only one person like that. There's how many people have in the world? 6 billion or 16 billion? 16 billion people, I think. 16 billion people. There's only one like her. So you're unique, right? Uniqueness is one source. Frankel said, uniqueness is one source of meaning. So don't be a stranger to yourself. Dare to open the dark room and search the secret chambers in your life. The dark room we are afraid to open. Everybody will unkind, many something. That's why I say, to be good therapists, you have to go to therapy yourself. You know why? I don't like when you do therapy with other people. You can't find something that get close with dark secrets of your hot spot. You never even to topic. So therefore you're not able to help them because you can't face it yourself. You know what I mean? But if you want to help other people, if your presence is therapy, then you better clean house. Open all the dark chambers, dusting the furniture, let the sunshine come in, and get you to lie in the coffin, getting you to face your ghost from the past. See? These are all internal work, right? Then you then the work yourself, and you're able to help your client. Right? So understanding is a big part of therapy. Okay, it's not how you feel, you should understand how you feel. Okay. Or how are you? So that how I feel is less important. You know? And how much you understand your problem now. You have better understanding now. You have better understanding, better handle of all your life problems. You have better handle of who you are and why you are in problem.